Alright, so today's the day. I'm going to change the first one of the tires on the Gradall. You may think, why would you drive this and keep going like this? But I actually, once it started breaking loose, I wanted to continue to get it to break loose because this is going to be a chore. I'm going to take a Sawzall and I'm going to cut down this way. Then I'm going to cut all the way around the bead on the inside and the outside. And then from that cut all the way across this way over to here, peel the tire off and then take the foam off. So if I can get one tire done today, I'll be pleased. And I'm going to be using a Sawzall with a metal cutting blade. We'll see how that does. Yummy. Look at all that crap in there.
That's a lot of crap. It's so greasy. How do you have to clean all that off before you put the new tire on?
Yep.
Good boy.
It won't be that bad.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
oil.
I'm trying to do this on here because it's so heavy. So I'm leaving it on the machine right now.
Well, that makes sense.
Once I get the big bulk off, we'll take the rim off and then we'll break the beads. Ironically, we're going to use the Gradall to break the beads for the Gradall tires. Isn't that cool?
How are you going to do that?
You just watch and learn, little girl.
Okay. Oh, look, you got a little...
Yeah, that's from when the tie rod broke. When the ram broke here, remember?
Yeah.
It jammed into that. So we'll fix that and grind it smooth so it doesn't cut in the new tire. So that's how I did it. You can see I cut all the way around the edge and cut here. So what I was talking about earlier was driving it like this so it breaks the stuff loose. So this is easier to deal with. You can't imagine how heavy this is. I have just these few pieces in the garbage can, and that's probably,
yeah, the garbage man.
30 pounds right there.
We'll have to separate that over a couple months.
Yep.
He won't be happy.
Long. Okay, now I gotta rotate this tire, which is gonna be a load of fun. Cut the rest of the inside, and then this can be off. That's the goal today, is to get one done. Gotta go up higher. It's hot today too. Well, I'm gonna lift this thing the safest way I know how.
How's that?
Not with jacks.
With the boom?
I'll bring you back in just a minute.
Okay. Ew, gross.
Huh?
Gross.
Yeah.
That oil stuff in there is stinky. Well, at least that part's off. That's good.
Holy crap.
It's heavy, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, look, that's just gonna fall, pretty much fall off. Or is it still hooked on there?
Still hooked.
Oh. That rubber's so weird.
I have to get the rest of the tire off
Oh.
that side now.
Now the wheel's gonna turn. And you don't want it to.
That's it. You see where I started to cut through the bead here. Obviously it's not through all the way. And all that foam, I'll have to scrape that off. Alright, so I didn't want to trust the Hobo Freight bottle jacks, so I stretched a boom out, took my forks underneath the fifth wheel and lifted, and then I came to the back of the Gradall and I stacked up some cribbing back there also. So we have two different sets, two different things having us supported. Because I had the jacks underneath there and I was beating on this pretty good and I didn't really care for it. So now we got one of these off the bead. Now we got to get this one off.
This is definitely a filthy job. That's foam all over you, huh?
Yep, that's the rubber foam that's on here. I've got it all off now. I just have to clean up the wheel and I'll paint it. I'm gonna get a blow gun, blow this crap off, and blow me off.
Yeah, that's pretty
And I'm
bad.
gonna prime the wheel and let it paint it, and then wait for it to dry, and then we'll put the tire on. So, what do we got in this so far? Like 3 hours?
Probably, yeah.
We got the old tire cut up, and we're just now ready to prime and paint that wheel. I'll get at it. Alright, so I took a wire wheel and a flap disc and cleaned up. Took all the rubber, all that foam that was stuck to the rim, and ground it off down to bare metal, mostly bare. And then I took, you know, like what I mean is, anywhere there was good paint but the foam was off, I left the paint. And then I gave it 2 coats of primer, and it's had 1 coat of paint now. I'll let this dry, second coat it, and as soon as the sun goes down, this will cool down, the paint won't be so tacky, and then we'll go get ready to mount the next tire. I did take the valve stem, the core, out of the valve stem. It was filled with foam, so it was no good. So I got another valve stem, made sure that a new core to make sure the valve stem is clear and there's nothing in the way, so we can air it up. So now we'll let this dry, and I'll come back in a little bit. I'll put another coat on it, let that dry, and then we will start the lovely task of putting the new tire on. I'm going to try and do it with the wheel on the machine. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so I got 2 coats of primer, I got 2 coats of paint here. The big thing about this is preservation. I don't want the rim to rust inside, and I want to fill these pits in the bead so we get a good seal. And it's dry. I mean, it's going to get scratched up when I put the tire on, but we need to get moving here. Alright, so here's the tire. This is a 1324 TG Telehandler. That's what it's meant for, and it is directional. It's meant to go this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to lube up the bead on each side about 3/4 of the way, and on that side we want to lube this part real good. This side we need to lube this, and the inside, because this will be up against the rim.
sure it was hard for you.
Alright, there's one done. Now I put air in these. The idea is that we're going to put air in them and move those from the rear to the front if we have troubles with, you know, capacity and needing the ballast, because that foam is very, very heavy. So, and I'm not saying we're not going to foam fill these. If we start having a problem with it losing air or something like that, we're going to get them foam filled and be done. But what a difference in height. Anyways, now we'll just go ahead and finish up the other one, but that's the gist of it. The old girls needed these for quite some time. It looks pretty good. They slid on pretty good. The hardest part was trying to get it in the drop center, and we could only take real small bites, but hey, it's on. Took me longer than I'd hoped, but I expected it to take longer. But that's it, guys. I'm going to do the other one, but I'm not going to bore you with that. So if you like what we're doing, give us that thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments down below, and we will catch you on the next one.